Hello viewers, for the channel Lex Consilium Foundation and the playlist Going Strong. As you are aware, we interview eminent persons above the age of 80 who are still active in different domains, working for the community, humanity, whatever is close to them. It's our pleasure. I'm very happy to be talking to Mr. Arun Shourie. At 82, he is the country's one of the most eminent intellectuals, a journalist, author. He had his doctorate in economics from Syracuse University, was awarded Magsaysay Award, followed by the Padma Bhushan, 1990. He was the editor of Indian Express, remained a minister, a cabinet minister during Atal Bihari Vajpayee's cabinet, holding important portfolios of communication, information technology and disinvestment, many more. Has authored more than 28 books, known to be a fearless writer, an intellectual, I have already said, and particularly two of his books that indicate his bold, courageous viewpoint articulation are eminent historians and worshipping false gods. Talking to Mr. Arun Shourie today, may I address you as Arun?
Please.
My first question is that your image portrays you as a Hindu nationalist. At the same time, you do not approve of approved or organized religions. Would you like to clarify?
So the first thing is that these in India, people don't read what you write. They put a label on you, and then through those spectacles of that label, they remember or
they try and justify.
They see that in whatever they do not read. Because, for instance, I wrote about Mrs. Gandhi when she was in office and during the emergency. Now, was that anti-Hindu or pro-Hindu? I wrote about Bhindranwale and how the state of India was being made to bend to terrorists, and how this would be ruinous for India, how this would be ruinous for the Sikhs. Was that anti-Sikh, as it was said at that time to be? So when
nationalist.
No, then I wrote about this bending, the state bending at the time to my person I knew very well, Sayyid Shahabuddin, on the matter, let us say, of Shah Bano, or in the matter of banning Rushdie's book. So when the fatwa was issued, I wrote a book on fatwas. When the Shah Bano case came up, I studied Islamic personal law and wrote on that. Was it pro-Hindu, anti-Islam? What actually it was, in a sense, pro-Islam, because I was arguing for the reform in Islamic law. But it was, at that time you said, oh, it's pro-Hindu. Now, when I say that Mr. Modi is not, is actually, during this period, institutions are being worsened further. Am I being anti-Hindu or am I being pro-institutions? So these are just labels in India.
Okay.
And this was started really by the Marxists, who would just put a label on anybody, give the dog a bad name and kick him. And Lenin's version was, let's first kill him, then we will give him a bad name. So this is really ridiculous. And each of us, I hope, just takes up issues. And today, let us take, supposing I write a book, I read Savarkar, assume, and I find his rationalism to be very attractive, and I write on that.
It doesn't make you pro-Savarkar. Yes.
Or anti-Hindu,
yes,
because he will say, no, a cow is just a useful animal like a horse or a donkey. and you should eat it if your health requires that. That's what he says. And he gives such a strong criticism of Manusmriti. He says he denounces the Hindus for caste and untouchability and for what he calls their perverted sense of virtues. The whole book is about this. Now, supposing I reproduce that and say, oh, I agree with this. Am I anti-Hindu or pro-Savarkar, or is Savarkar anti-Hindu? And on the other hand, so much in Savarkar I dislike. So if I write about that, am I being anti-Hindu?
I think that's an intellectual exercise, and let's hope that with this interview, persons who have not had time or got an opportunity to read your work would be tempted, would be prompted to go through your book.
And secondly, your point about organized religion, yes, I certainly feel that. And also for the even worse is the use of religion by people in the state. There are some religions which are set up to make a state, like Islam. The Prophet is not just the founder of a religion, he is the founder of a state.
Yes.
So there are certain features of them. But the important point about our religions was that they were an inner directed search, as in Hinduism, as in Buddhism. Now, when this is perverted into Char Dham Yatra and all this, that you want to get into, you want to celebrate Ram and his virtues by doing what? By lighting 22 lakh diyas so that you can get into the Guinness Book of Records. A book of records named after a brewery.
Yes.
The Guinness brewery in Ireland. And you want to get there, that is religion.
Yes.
So naturally that kind of organized religion, I certainly think it is a perversion and will be the end of our traditions of religion, which were an inner directed search. So and the use of religion for political purposes always results in division of societies. So I naturally, like many others, oppose that. And third, I do not believe in God. I believe in idols. I believe in good people, but I do not believe in God. So I do not
subscribe to
those religions, those aspects of those religions. Yes.